Have you ever wondered about the true power of the Eucharist in our lives? I mean the Holy Communion we receive. Do you approach the altar of God with indifference or with faith and expectation? What if I told you that receiving Holy Communion in faith can lead us to a miraculous encounter with the Lord Jesus? Join me as I share with you today a testimony, an experience that underscores the importance of receiving the Holy Communion with faith. Now, welcome back to my channel, Testimonies of God's Faithfulness. So, as I promised in my last episode, I want to share a testimony today, the encounter I had after I received Holy Communion. I was battling severe case of malaria, feverish, weak, and in pain. And it was time for morning mass. Ordinarily, I wouldn't leave my bed that day due to my condition. But there was this hunger in me, a deep desire for Holy Communion, a hunger to receive Jesus. Even though my health was so poor, I was feeling a lot of discomfort. I couldn't just leave my bed. I just managed to drag myself to the church for morning mass so I could receive Holy Communion. And the Lord did not fail to reward such an act of faith on my part. Okay, so when I got to the church for the mass, because I was already exhausted, I remained seated even while the congregation was standing and kneeling. I couldn't kneel with them because I was feeling too weak. But when it was finally time for Holy Communion, I just dragged myself to the altar. And as the priest, the Reverend Father placed the communion in my mouth, something happened. I felt an upsurge of strength in me. And instantly, all the discomfort, the pain, the fever, the weakness, everything vanished. They were all gone in an instant. And no one ever receives Jesus and remains the same. Now, I think I was able to experience that kind of miraculous healing because of the expectant faith I had, because of the longing in me to receive Jesus, the unwavering faith I had that the communion I was about to receive was Jesus himself. I told you I longed to receive Jesus. I was just longing for Jesus. I wanted him at all costs. That was why I managed to drag myself to the church for morning mass that day so I could receive communion. Now, the problem is this. Some Christians believe that this communion we receive, that is, the bread and wine are the symbols of the body and blood of Christ. But I want you to change that belief, okay? I want you to correct that notion, because Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew, when he was instituting the Holy Eucharist on the eve of Thursday, the Holy Thursday before his passion, he did not say, take this as a symbol of my blood. Take this as a symbol of my body. He didn't say so. He said, this is my body. This is my blood. So let us not approach the Eucharist as symbol of the body and blood of Christ, but the real presence of Jesus under the appearance of bread and wine. Okay? Faith is what is needed here, okay? Faith is the key. If you are approaching the Holy Communion, you need to believe that what you are about to receive is truly Jesus present in the Eucharist under the appearance of bread and wine. Right? Somehow it's difficult to believe, but we have to. I am guilty of approaching communion without deep faith. Sometimes I just go to communion casually. But this experience, each time I remember it, I try to bring back my faith that what I am going for is meeting Jesus in communion. I think I remember one experience I had one certain time after receiving Holy Communion. I left the church, returned to my home, and the presence of God wouldn't leave me. All throughout the house, wherever I went, there was this presence of God around me in the house. I began to wonder. I had to take a seat just to sit quietly to pray. And I started wondering. I said, but it's been a while I received communion. I've come back from mass for some time now. And this presence of God is still around in the house. What is happening? And then a voice said to me, you should at least be grateful for the institution of the Holy Eucharist, the gift of Jesus in the Eucharist. And I was like, oh, the Eucharist is a gift of God to humanity. The gift of Jesus Christ himself under the appearance of bread and wine, and should be received with faith, deep faith. It deserves deep faith. So whenever we're approaching Holy Communion, we ought to have faith that we are going to meet Jesus himself, not just bread and wine, not just symbols of his body and his blood. And also, in the Catholic Church, the consecrated bread and wine, that is the Eucharist, is present in most tabernacles of the world, of the Catholic Church all over the world. Most tabernacles in almost all the chapels of the Catholic Church all over the world, the consecrated bread and wine is present in all the tabernacles. Yes. So it calls for faith and adoration. It calls for reverence. We ought to believe that the bread and the wine we receive are the body and the blood of Christ, the true presence of Jesus given to humanity, the gift of God the Father and the gift of Jesus himself to us humans for adoration, for our reverence. Okay? So we need to have faith in God. We shouldn't approach the altar of God for communion with indifference attitude. We shouldn't just go as a routine. Oh, we ought to go. It's normal. It's normal for us to receive communion on Sundays or after masses or after Sunday services, or since everybody's going, why don't I go? It shouldn't be so. Rather, we ought to receive communion, approach the altar of God, approach Jesus in the Eucharist or in the Holy Communion with faith, deep faith. It desires deep faith. So we have to trust God, we have to believe God, we have to be open to receive his grace, because God is still in the business of working miracles. He's not tired of working miracles. Faith is the element, faith is the key here. If you want to receive grace from God in Holy Communion, go to him in faith. So whatever it is that you're suffering, any challenges you're battling, whatever situation overwhelms you, whatever it is that you're going through, approach the Lord with faith, with absolute faith, unwavering faith. Go to him in the tabernacle. Go to him in the chapel where the Blessed Sacrament is present. Go to him in communion and tell him your problems with faith, and you will see the results of that faith, because God will surely reward your faith. So I thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I urge you to subscribe so that you get more notifications when I upload more inspiring videos. And please don't forget to share, don't forget to like, and don't forget to drop your comments. If God has blessed you in any way, I want to hear your testimonies, okay? Let us grow together. Share your testimonies with me, and God bless you as you do so. Thank you.